Now, from the 10 News Communication Center, this is 10 News at 11.
It was a quiet Saturday along San Diego Harbor until an explosion on the Navy ship.
That was last November. Tonight, the I-Team's Lauren Reynolds tells us what investigators have learned about an accident that severely injured a worker.
It's the biggest shipyard on the West Coast, building and repairing ships for the U.S. Navy and commercial clients. 4,700 people work here, including these men and women of the Boilermakers Union. They have a tough job, a dirty job, and as the I-Team has learned, a dangerous job.
The culture has always been production first and safety second.
It's done in the name of efficiency and profit, says Union President Robert Godinez.
The next person injured could be your neighbor, your son, your daughter, or a good friend of yours.
Documents from state investigators show a pattern of flash fires at the shipyard, one in 2003 and the most recent last November. This one aboard the U.S. Navy cruiser Champlain while it was in dry dock.
He was put into induced coma for weeks so that he couldn't feel the pain of the burns and of his physical condition.
A. King Aminpour is the attorney for one of those workers, Anthony Moats. Moats was badly burned working in an 8x8 compartment inside the USS Champlain's fuel tank.
It's like being inside of a can with a small opening.
Gases build up and ventilation is needed to bring in fresh air and remove the volatile gases. If there is no ventilation,
and you can have an explosion.
That's what happened when a welder's torch ignited the gases inside the Champlain. So why not just ventilate these spaces?
Ventilation takes time and effort to install, and it slows the production down.
It's time for these big companies to stop this nonsense, to take their blinders off.
Aminpour says the company needs to do a better job of providing a safe environment.
It comes down to people. It comes down to doing what's right. It comes down to treating others the way you want to be treated if the tables were turned.
It wasn't right what happened to him either, says William Washington. He worked as a safety inspector on the Champlain job and blew the whistle on an improperly ventilated compartment.
Yeah, all they had to do was go check the space.
Washington was fired, he said, after trying to warn of the dangers in the Champlain's fuel tank. He is suing.
When the company doesn't listen, we call in OSHA, and we call in OSHA, and we call in OSHA.
That's the Department of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Administration, Fed OSHA. I have the results of their investigation into the incident aboard the USS Champlain.
OSHA found 7 serious safety violations, 2 lesser violations, including a competent person did not visually inspect and test each space as often as necessary. Even if they did, he or she did not continue to test. The ventilation wasn't sufficient. And in case of an emergency, the fire safety plan was not reviewed. NAASCO has 15 working days to appeal the findings. For the I-Team, Lauren Reynolds, 10 News.
NAASCO told 10 News it has contested the citation and will work with Fed OSHA to resolve the issues. To see the report for yourself, our I-Team has posted it on 10news.com. Just click on Investigations.